like, as much as anxiety is classified as a disorder, like there's a term that is like the disorder anxiety, the symptom. Anxiety is also a
Mm-hmm.
symptom of other things. And anxiety is like, it sounds like it doesn't make sense, but anxiety is a symptom of anxiety. And anxiety, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, the feeling anxiety is a symptom of the disorder anxiety. And anxiety develops from somewhere. Like, anxiety tells you something's wrong or that something needs to change. And so, like, that's what you need to listen to. Like, you don't just need to say, I have anxiety and I need to fix the anxiety. You say, I need to fix what's making me feel
Yeah.
anxious. Because again, it's a symptom, right?
Mhm.
It's not actually a disorder in itself. Although anxiety does cause anxiety, that's a whole nother talk. But like, it comes from somewhere. Something makes you anxious, and then
Mm,
when the anxious feeling or when the anxious symptom manifests and carries on and doesn't go away, that's when like the disorder anxiety is now developed. But
mhm.
it started somewhere. It started somewhere, and sometimes it can be from trauma. Sometimes it can be from like an abusive experience. Sometimes it can be from like being bullied, but it also can be from ADHD because,
Mhm.
as Q was saying, she thought it was like normal almost, or like just like everybody around her had anxiety and depression. So it was like, yep, anxiety and depression are things and people have them, and she didn't really explore where it was coming from. But it can come from ADHD. And as she was saying, it can often come because you don't feel like you fit in. And having
Mhm.
ADHD as a kid, being in school, or as an adult, being at work, like it can be tough. Like you feel like you don't fit in, you feel like you're not as productive as everybody else, you feel like you're not coping as well, you feel like your anxiety is higher. And it's like, why? Like, why? I have anxiety, I'm treating my anxiety. Maybe you're treating the wrong thing if that's what you're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe you should be treating the cause of that anxiety because anxiety is a symptom for you, not a disorder. It's a symptom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where people have a difficulty distinguishing their anxiety from their other experiences and from the sources. This is sometimes what people don't get, that having like, it's like, oh no, having ADHD, the symptoms of ADHD are like attention and hyperactivity and like
Mhm.
lack of focus, and it's like, well, a symptom of ADHD is also the manifestation of what happens when you don't fit into school for 15 years. Or you,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
or you don't feel productive for 15 years. Or you
Yeah.
get bad grades and you're told you're not smart for 15 years. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's the product. That's like the byproduct of that happening. And so it's very, very important that if you know somebody, even like if talking to all you guys out there, if there's anybody that comes to mind when you're thinking of this, someone who maybe has anxiety or depression, but you also know that they possess traits of somebody with ADD or ADHD, instead of recommending them to get treated for anxiety, maybe consider getting treated for ADD, ADHD. And then that symptom of anxiety can diminish once you address what's really going on. And it sounds like Q, like this is sort of the mindset that you have, that like, I've been dealing with anxiety and depression for a really long time. So now that I've located the ADHD cause, if I can address it, perhaps these symptoms will subside.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's like